Okay, how to use the just mobile version if you choose not to use the desktop, or you can use them together. When you log in your Google account, it will pull the information over, so you can bounce between them, and they should automatically load up whatever the newest data is. It's all versioned out. So there we go. Google demo. Say, um, we're just gonna add these two. That way you get different perspectives of like what it does with different passports and different nationalities. Because it takes all of that into consideration. Trip, Vietnam, Vietnam. We're gonna do Japan. I don't remember if it has the demo has a Japanese layover or not. So, month 9, 9. There's an offline mode too. You can do offline. You don't have to do online. Online just gives you all the features of going through your mailbox with Claude and Claude finding all of your itinerary, all of your visas, compiling everything, telling you all the forms you'll need to fill out 3 days before you arrive somewhere, telling you all the scams of where you're going, all the AI aspect of it is mostly gone, except for a lot of the like sheets I programmed. It's still very easy to use. You can still drag and drop a lot of PDFs right into a self-contained PDF OCR I built into it. Create trip. Um, Here it tells you, um, travelers. Tells you about the travelers. It tells you you can generate this with AI. First, you'll need to install the connector. Here we go. So, continue. Now you have Gmail connected to your Claude. Claude can see your Gmail. Um, Check your status down here. Status is fine. This might look a little different if you have the Claude app actually installed on your phone. Um, Not too much different. Okay, let's go back to Coed Travels. Okay, no briefing yet. We need to generate the briefing. So here we go. When you click that, it automatically pastes in everything that you will need for Claude. So just click go. It'll sweep your email. It'll look for itinerary. It'll look for visas. That counts any kind of dinner bookings, any kind of bus, train, plane, any kind of motor vehicle, cars, anything at all. It'll look for anything from Viator, every page. It'll have it all set up where you can just copy it back over to the Coed Travels app. Okay, took a few minutes. All done. Scroll to the bottom. It'll say copy this and paste it back over into Coed Travels. In this top corner right here, sometimes it doesn't show up. You just click in this top corner and it'll do the little check mark. That's the copy button. So got it copied. Let's go back over here. paste it in here, right click, paste, save, and here is your bookings, everything. Visas, insurance, it does everything. You have insurance. Okay, let's guess we'll start here. Here's a clock. Tells you your home time. You can change your home time like this person in the Philippines, so like Cebu and pick like random Cebu. Then if you click this, it'll search your GPS location on your phone and it'll tell you the local time. So you know what your local time where you're standing is, and then your time back home if you need to do any banking or call anybody. This person's in the US, so that's US. And then, let's say Vietnam. So you can, pick it and then it'll tell you right here so that you'll know. Or you can just hit that if you're standing there. That way you know the time zone. If you need to call anybody. Okay, let's go right here. Emergency. You click this, it will only show the where you're currently at, or if it's during the period of you being in Vietnam or on the trip, it sees that you should be in Vietnam at that time. It should only show Vietnam. Here's where it shows US and Philippines. It gets this information from the users you set up earlier, the travelers. So it knows one's Filipino, one's US. It tells you the US embassy right here. Um, these are all phrases. The phonetic phrase right here, if you want to try to speak and to one of the locals and say, hey, I need a police officer, hey, I need medical, or hey, I need a fire truck. Or if you want to call and then try to say one of these, you can call. These are the numbers. If you click on them, they'll dial on your phone, bring up your dialer. If you hit this little talking head over here, it'll speak in like a robot AI voice. It's a decent one, and it'll say this. This is how they say it, how they spell it in their language, in Vietnamese. Here's how it tries to get you to translate it into English, how to say it phonetically. But you just click this and it'll say it out loud. That's usually all I do. And I have more of these. I'll show you later. When we get to the bottom of the page, I have the top 10 and some allergy ones that work great. They're really useful in restaurants. Okay, keep going. Travelers in the scope. You can add your passports. I'll do that later. I'll show you. That makes it so much easier to be filling out paper. All the paperwork, the 3 day prior, the 1 week prior, all the stupid entry forms that you have to fill out to go to a lot of countries. Um, you add your passport information, and you can just like copy paste the fields once you add them in here. Um, you have to go to Traveler Portal and then you edit it, but it makes it super easy, super fast. Countries, you can add more countries if you decide to extend your trip. Not a big deal. Just add more countries. And then once you add more countries, if you have more bookings, you click up here, do update from email, and it'll go to Claude and try to do another script and update from your email. So, and then you come back here and you paste it in just like you did originally to get the whole booking screen. This will just paste in all the updates. Let's see. So right here shows you bookings, flights, hotels, activities, how many days. Um, this is more the swipe interface. For mobile, it's great. You can, sort things right here. If it's during one of the days, it'll actually have like a little pop-up at the top that says today, and it'll show you the ones that are for today. So every day you can look at it and it'll show you all your bookings for that day. And when you're done with a booking, you can just swipe left or right, and then wherever you swipe, you click done, and now it's not on the list anymore. If you accidentally hit done, you can click right here on finished. You can add it back to the list. Not a big deal. Um, Departures. If you go to status, it'll pull up your status on. It'll try to pull up the status on your phone, the Google status of the plane, and we can tell if it's like delayed or canceled or anything like that. If you click Japan Airlines, it'll go to Japan Airlines website. If you click the abbreviation for the airports, it'll go to that airport's little pop up right here. This will open Google Maps if you're trying to get there with a taxi. These will open up the Google Maps for all of the lounges. Tells you who the lounge is, Priority Pass, JAL, ANA. This bottom one, if it was available, which the nicer airports it's always available, you will get a very nice like 2D, 3D-ish interactive model. And it works pretty well on mobile. So, see, real nice, shows you where everything's at, you know, all the gates. You can zoom out a little bit if you need to, works very well. Uh, so that's only on probably like 20% of airports, usually the nicer, bigger ones. Very nice. You can add right here, you can add the documents. Here, ViaJet. I had a demo has a PDF for ViaJet. So you can add the document for ViaJet. If you click email, it will go to the email for that specific email for that specific flight, and it will have. I know it looks a little bit funny because it's just going through Chrome, but it'll just pull up your Gmail on your phone to that email, and it'll have the email right here with the so you can download the PDF and attach it. So go ahead and attach that. And then once you attach it, you just exit out up here. But it's attached. You can zoom in, or if you're on your phone, you can zoom in and see it. You can show it to people. You can download it. You can print it. Should already be downloaded if it's on here. Unless you did it on your desktop. You want to download it on your phone for whatever reason, you can download, print, all that stuff right here. So there's that. You can do that to anything, any of the ferries. You can screenshot your boarding passes and do it right here. So you just open up the app and you know that way if you're say the ViaJet was a boarding pass, you could just like open it up and refresh it. So if the ViaJet was a boarding pass, you could just open it up real quick, click that. You'd have your boarding pass right here, your QR scan. So that's that. Let's move on. I think that's most of everything up here. You can click here, edit. You can edit if the times are wrong or if you need to add times. So like this one doesn't have any time. Add time. Probably has a 2 p.m. check-in and a check-out. Most do. So now it has check-in time, check-in, check-out. You can add bookings real easy. You can click here and on your mobile it'll pull up. You can pick the file, the PDF or the just screenshot, even just like a JPEG screenshot will work and it'll try to pull the data from it. I'll show you what that looks like if you load a PDF. So here's kind of what it looks like if you load a PDF. It tries to get everything. It didn't get the end date. The end date's the same as the start date. It's only an hour flight. Um, so, but yeah, it'll have everything. Add to trip. It was already added, so just double them up. Move it. Keep the one picture attached. Okay, so visas. Sees that I'm US on the demo user, so demo user needs a visa. It sees that the Mary is Filipino, so if she happens to want to go to Japan, since they're both in the sweep of countries they're going to, um, she would need a visa for that. So she's not going to Japan. That's not how the demo was played. Tickets were played out, so we just hide that. The USA, John Demo, he is going to Vietnam, so he does need this. Click manage. It found most everything. Go get the number, put in here. He usually finds that. Claude just upgraded to the, the new one, so it's been a little weird in the past day, but usually finds all of it. You click, you have it. So now it knows that you have it. Here's my number. I'm approved. You can click here. You can find the picture of it. I'm just going to do another random VietJet ticket, but it'll you could put the picture of the visa right here, which is what I do. You click your visa and you click this and you show it to them. And you zoom in and you're like, hey, here it is. Um, I've never had them have a problem with that. But I'm from America. We get a lot of leeway when we go places. Insurance. Um, it'll find your insurance. Usually Safety Wing. Finds all these other ones too. Not always the Amex and the Chase and stuff because it can't really tell on the bookings if you added it or not. Well, that's the way the Chase used to be. You would have to add it, and the Amex you'd have to like add it. Um, if you wanted their special insurance. But you can do it all that here. You just add different insurances. If you're going to, 4 or 5 different countries, sometimes certain people are cheaper than Safety Wing, especially if you're only going for a couple weeks or a month. You just save. It'll show you all of those right here. If you click claim, Safety Wing used to have a claims on their website. Now it goes to a sign-in page on their website, and then inside of your user portal thing on their website, that's where you would file a claim on Safety Wing. Um, I've used them probably 20, 30 times. I've never had to file a claim, but better safe than sorry. Especially, I do a lot of water and hiking adventures when I'm overseas, so it's worth it. The $40 for the month for me to keep that. Um, Vietnam, it gives you a link to the forms. These are all the forms you have to sign before you get to the country. Vietnam now has a health declaration form, which it actually picked up on and posted up here. 7 days within travel, and then it has this normal entry declaration form. Before you go, it tells you about your different cards. Gives you a little spiel about Wise. I like Wise. I use Wise a lot. Priority pass. It kind of tells you, you're going to here and here and here. Here's the lounges. Country compliance. No vaccines required. 6 month valid passport. Proof of onward travel. You can't just show up with a one-way ticket if you're Filipino. They, that's almost any country for a Filipino. Can't go without a return ticket. But no vaccinations. Driving. just says we don't have rental cars, but same thing with Japan. It'll tell you all the basic requirements for getting in and out and whatnot. This is real big. This is also free on the toolkit right here, which 100% free. You don't have to pay to get the toolkit. But you click here, since it knows you're going to these countries, it will automatically tell you what plug types are in these countries, and um, points and balances. You can update the programs. It tells you JAL and build, blah blah blah. Just normal. Gives you a little insight into using your points. Destination intel. Um, Top things to see: Vietnam. Phu Quoc's really awesome. Ho Chi Minh's really cool. I like Ho Chi Minh way better than New York. I think it's a way cleaner, nicer city than most in America even. Um, Local foods, pho, banh mi, all this stuff. Um, Top apps, Grab, Google Maps, Wise. This is for any country. Depending on what country you go to, all of these will be different. It'll tell you if you can drink the water in that country. If you have multiple countries, like I've been to like 6 countries in like a couple weeks span, and it tells you every single country, which ones you can drink the water, which ones you can't. Currency tells you about the currency. Like you need VND. You go to Cambodia, you get to use USD. You don't have to. Cambodia's, um, they take USD too. Safety and scams tells you about the taxi scams, motorbike tours, where they try to force you to tip. Um, Ticket seller scams. There's also scams where they say that certain attractions are closed. That would probably be like 6 through 10, where they're saying like attractions are closed, or they tell you one price and then you take a tuk-tuk or something, and then you get to the other side of where you're going, and they're like, "Oh, that was the price per person," but they didn't make that clear. Trying to scam you. Um, Lots of scams. Vietnam's probably one of the least scammy, just because that's in the demo. Um, that's but no matter what country you go to, it'll tell you all the scams. Here's all the weather. It tells you the weather for everything. Um, and you can make this small too. It's just these. Also, any of these you want to get rid of, you just click. You can shrink this down to almost nothing. Weather tells you the weather while you're there during the dates that you're there. See, yeah, there's layovers, front and the end. Trip calendar, you click this, it'll try to push it all to Google Calendars. You have to watch because it does it under like your basic calendar. You want to like rename it to like travel or the name of the trip or something. Or you can download the ICS and import it into your Outlook or whatever mail client you use. Here's a little calendar. You click it, it gives you like a, just in case you're down here and you're like, what's tomorrow? You know what's tomorrow. I like the little calendar. Bucket itinerary, you can copy this. It'll copy all of this per day. Um, and you can email all of this to somebody. So if you want to email somebody total text, just quick, here's all of our stuff. Watch for our planes in case there's any problems or layover problems or anything like that. You just click that. And then down here at the very bottom, we have oh, we have trip stats. So the trip stats tell you both travelers, how many miles, how much airtime, hotels, flights, everything. If you use this for, you know, 20, 30 trips, um, this 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 will be amazing. I think before I started the new format, I was up to like 400 and something thousand miles before I did this new layout. So this is great. Trip stats is great. That is pretty much everything on mobile. you want to get the very end point of this. All right, two more things. Down here, the little talking head in the bottom right, you click it, it will give you the top 10 phrases. It will give them to you where you can say them phonetically, then how it is spelled in the whatever language. I have Vietnamese right now. And you can have your phone just speak it out loud right here. Yeah, a little robot voice. If you hit the little GPS pin up here, it'll switch to whatever country you're in. So if you go from Vietnam to Japan, it hasn't auto switched. It should auto switch, but if it hasn't auto switched to Japanese, because it doesn't see your location yet or the plane ticket timer hasn't kicked in, just click the little GPS location button. It'll see you're in Japan. It'll switch it to Japan. Then you will have like the top 10 um, Japanese phrases, how to say them, how they say them, or write them. And you also have allergies. It says, I'm allergic to gluten. Is there any gluten in this? I'm allergic to shellfish. Is there any shellfish in this? And so on. Peanuts, fish, soy, egg, dairy, sesame, meat, vegetables, vegetarian. All of these, you click the little save and it'll save a picture, like a little poster kind of all these. So you can send everybody who's on the trip with you. The same over here, top 10 phrases. You can click save. It'll save like a JPEG or a PNG to your phone, and you can send that to everybody in case you and your friends want to all kind of study it on the plane or whatever. So that is a very good feature. The allergy thing works great. And my favorite feature is um, go to settings. Um, one of them, and this has a lock right here. You can require a lock on it. So every time you open the app, you install it to your phone right here, Apple or Android, you just click install app. It'll show you. If you install it, you can set a PIN code for it and it will do your fingerprint reader too. So every time you open the app, if you don't want anybody else to see all your itinerary or any of your tools or anything, it's very secure. You'll have a fingerprint reader or a 4 or 6-digit PIN code. But here's my favorite part right here. You can pick your light and dark themes. Here's the theme in the bottom left. Dark theme, light theme. So let's do these. See if you see them change. This is my favorite theme right here, the graphite. This is the one I use on everything. I like the graphite theme. Looks very nice. Works good for me. But we can have the pink rose quartz. You can do evergreen. So if you like the evergreen one. It's just a normal, like a light blue. I like mine the darker colors. But those themes, I'll probably create more once I get done with it. I have about 5 or 6 apps I'm working on right now. So once I get some more of these tapered off, I'll come back and work on this app again and get some more themes and see if I can throw you guys some more stuff in the free toolkit, which is already jam-packed full of stuff. But that's all for now. I'll make a whole bunch of little videos about the point section, the packing section, the currency section, and the budget. And I'll probably make a video on this right here, the travel kit section. And everything else is free. Itinerary is the only thing I'm charging for. Everything else you can use for free. All of the security settings, everything. Everything's free except for itinerary and trip. So, thanks.